Hi, welcome to the Art of Selling Junk. My name is John, and today I want to talk to you about the world's longest yard sale, specifically buying at the world's longest yard sale. It's my favorite place to source inventory for my business, and it's a unique opportunity and a great experience just unto itself. I have a list of tips here for buyers with you in mind, anyone that's out sourcing for themselves or for their resale shop that should help you at the world's longest yard sale. And my first tip, the biggest one, is get there early. And I don't mean just start the day when the sun rises. I mean get to the world's longest yard sale days before it's listed to start. Now, I do have to give a caveat here because this doesn't apply everywhere. But most places at the world's longest yard sale, there's some sort of commerce happening well before the start date. It starts on Thursday, a lot of business is being done on Sundays. So I would look if you can to see if there's any ordinances at the places that you want to go that would restrict this. And if they're not, I would expect to see some people set up early. Again, I have to put an asterisk here because it does change town by town what the rules are or just what the local tradition is. But many places you'll see that people have been there for a lot longer than 4 days. My next tip is whatever you're interested in, whatever catches your eyes, you better buy it when you see it. Because this event is too big, it's too well trafficked, and too many people know what they're looking at for you to think on it and come back. There is no coming back. Every time I've done this for 8 years, every time I've said, I'll see if that's there in the morning, it's not. So if something catches your eye, that's the time to buy it. My next tip is bring cash. This is a good rule for any sort of yard sale, flea market, antique fair, but I can't stress this enough. At the world's longest yard sale, it's your only option because so many places are rural, remote, and they're getting so much traffic that they've never had before. The cell towers are going to be taxed. You're not going to be able to get a signal to send Venmo or Cash App. And a lot of the vendors don't want to fool with you if that's your only payment option. They have a line of people, folks are coming in, parking lots are filling and emptying, and new customers are coming all the time, and cash is the way to go. My next tip is how to not look like a rookie in the parking lot. You really need to know your vehicle. I see a lot of folks that come to the World's Longest Yard Sale, and this is their first time renting a trailer or renting a box truck. And it shows when you get into a tight parking spot. This is the Wild West. People are going to park where they've been to park. They're going to pull over on the side of the road. You're going to get boxed in. You're going to find yourself in a situation where you're not going to be able to maneuver like you think. And you're in a 26-foot U-Haul. So I would make sure that whatever you bring as your main vehicle is something that you know how to drive. Because I've seen too many jackknife trailers and stressed out confrontations in the parking lot because it is a hectic, crowded free-for-all. So make sure that you know how to maneuver. My next tip is don't overlook the little sales. On the Highway 127, you're going to see it all. You're going to see someone with a folding table and 12 items, and you would think, why should I ever stop? There's a big field down the road with 50, 60 vendors in it. I found that the little guy that's just there to make some gas money probably has something cool. He's going to have maybe 9 items that are junk, but the 10th item is wonderful. So they're worth the stop. I've found a lot of really cool things by being the only one that was willing to investigate the small sale, the small single little pop-up tent on the side of the road. And these are the folks that aren't your professional dealers. These aren't the people that are going to go do this at another event or have been, salting away inventory all year with hopes for a great return. This is just someone that's winging it. So the prices are going to be better. I would highly encourage you, when you see someone on the side of the road and they don't look like they have a lot going on, stop and you'll be surprised. Once you're actually in the field, my tip for finding what you're looking for, or finding the best value, the best deal, the hidden item, is buy what doesn't belong. And I'll explain that. I'll explain it with an anecdote. I was there early at the World's Youngest Yard Sale on a Sunday. It's supposed to start on Thursday. People are still setting up. There's commotion in the field. And I see a man walk to his truck in the parking lot with a fantastic porcelain sign. And I actually knew the guy. He was from my old hometown. And so we started talking, and I saw that the price on the sign was $800. And I asked him how he was so excited about buying this expensive sign. You know, that's a lot of money. That's early in the sale. He was a dealer himself, so he thought he could flip it. And he looked at me and said, I didn't pay $800. I paid $300. So my next question was, how did you get an $800 sign for $300? And he said, he wasn't a sign guy. It was the only piece of advertising in the man's booth. He did not specialize in advertising. Everything else had nothing to do with advertising. So he offered him $300 and he took it. It was the thing that didn't belong. And if you apply this framework, you can find a lot of things in the wrong context. So for instance, I find that my best home decor buys come from people that don't care about the look. They sell tools, they sell knives, they sell fishing lures. They're not on Pinterest. And the reverse is true. Someone that has a really, really stylish booth and is following all the trends and has a very curated look probably undervalues something very functional. That'd be the place where I'd go buy a vintage tool if I could. You're looking for the thing that doesn't belong because that's what's probably going to be discounted. It's undervalued to the owner. My next tip seems like a frivolous one, but I can't stress it. Don't skip a clean bathroom. If you have the opportunity to use a bathroom, don't pass it up. Because as the show goes on, the porta potties are going to be abused, the infrastructure is going to be taxed, there's too many people, too few toilets. So every time that you have a chance to use a bathroom, go, because you're traveling along a rural highway that you've probably never been before, or you're only there once a year or whatnot. You don't know when your next opportunity is going to be, and you don't want to interrupt a great buying opportunity to be chasing down the nearest gas station. And finally, my next and really, really important tip is be prepared to dig. Now, this is not a bathroom reference, thankfully. This is about finding the merchandise that you're looking for. You cannot expect the deals to come easily, in your face, served up on a silver platter. The best stuff is going to be hidden. The best stuff is going to be buried, and the best stuff is going to be tucked underneath something, out of the way. You have to peel back the layers one by one and look to really cover what you're looking at thoroughly. And this is something that you'll see all the time, people that are just doing this loop, not going in anyone's tent, not looking under anyone's table, not talking to any dealers, and they just look dazed because they haven't found anything. But the stuff is there. I guarantee you, the merchandise is there. Whatever it is in the world that you are into, someone else on this highway is into it too, and they are selling the parts, the accessories, the gear, the collectibles that relate to it. You just need to take the time to really canvas the area, do some digging, thumb through the albums, rummage through the totes, and you'll find it. So, those are my tips for buyers out in the World's Youngest Yard Sale. I'll be there this year. We'll be filming and trying to share everything we can. Hopefully I run into some of you. And if you're a seller, stay tuned. We have a new video on that.